Hello again, medical coding students. For those of you that do not have your ICD-10 code books in, I wanted to go over a workaround for you to be able to go ahead and do the quiz for this week, because there are a few coding questions on it, using the ICD-10 data website. All right, so I've got one of the questions here on my Word document, and then this is the website that you would go to, www.icd10data.com. So I'm going to copy that address, and I'm just going to paste it in my browser. It takes me there directly. If you look up ICD-10 data on Google, like if I do that right now, it takes you there just the same. So you want to get to this website to start, and then you can look up the codes for the quiz questions through here and figure out which is correct. But this is not a workaround I want you to use for all the semester. It's just it's a helpful tool, but we don't code directly from just ICD-10 data. But for the purposes of our quiz, we can, or at least for this week. All right, so one of your questions, Matthew came to see the doctor complaining of fever, diarrhea, vomiting. He's diagnosed with influenza with gastrointestinal manifestations. Okay, so what we can do is put each of these codes into the ICD-10 data website to look up. So I'm going to start with J11.1. So I'm going to go up into the search bar here on the website, J11.1, 1111.1, and it gives me the code page. I can click on this directly. And influenza due to unidentified influenza virus with respiratory manifestations. Okay. So in this code scenario, we had fever, diarrhea, and vomiting. So we have gastrointestinal manifestations. All right, our next code, J10.2. We'll pull it up. Okay, influenza due to other identified influenza virus with gastrointestinal manifestations. This is a tricky one. Other identified influenza virus. We don't have an identified influenza virus here in our scenario, so we can't make one up from nothing. And if we look on this page, it actually gives us synonyms, and it says here due to H1N1 virus. Was that the swine flu? I can't remember. So this is other H1N1 virus. Okay. And let's see, that was J10.2. Let's see, J11.2, our next code. I'm going to look it up. Influenza due to unidentified influenza virus with gastrointestinal manifestations. Sounds pretty good for our code, but we've got one more to look up here. J09.x3. So I've got, it pops up here. Influenza due to identified novel A influenza virus. We don't have anything identifying this virus, so this is, we can determine what our correct code is. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because this is a quiz question, but you can, for this first week's assignment, use the data website tool to look up the codes and determine the correct answer. So that's it for this video. I wanted to make it short and sweet. Also, if you go into the course, I am going to update a new PowerPoint into this week 1 folder for our lesson plan with a review that I just did a video for. So I thought maybe if you want to have PowerPoints to look at as well, you can have that also. That is it for me. I will see you guys again this Thursday for week 2.